G'day guys, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another Baldurs Gate 3 video. Yes, I'm still in the middle of my love affair with this game. It's downright amazing if you ask me. I even went out of my comfort zone and made a review of the game. Go check it out, but only after you've watched this video to the end. The algorithm likes it when you do things like that. It's come to my attention that only 2.5% of you lovely viewers out there are subscribed to my channel. If you like the content I'm creating, then you should subscribe. It's free for you, and lets YouTube know to share my content to other people who like similar stuff to you. Also, chuck a comment and hit like. Again, it just helps spread this video around and helps my channel to grow. Anyway, enough with the groveling. On to today's video. So this one's going to cover the way in which I defeated all the bosses in the Goblin camp with next to no combat involved at all. So, let's get into it. So this first scene is how to poison the beer in the entry to the keep, which will kill 3 or 4 goblins here and make your battles in this area just that little bit easier later on. So what you want to do is you're going to have someone with good stealth. I'm using Astarion here. Have some poison in your inventory. Interact with the booze. Add the poison. It needs to be poison, not toxin. I make the mistake of putting toxin in here. Make sure it's poison. Combine the two together, and it will trigger a little cutscene. Now, there's no saying you need to use these options. These are just the talking options that worked for me. I saved you guys having to sit there and watch 40 plus minutes of dialogue, and I'm just cutting in between so you can see the options that I used to get through this part.
I need another drink. Poisoned us!
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
Use detect thoughts to read her mind, which will give you the answer that she's looking for to get through this without having to actually roll the check.
Allergic? You mean just a beer could kill us? Get out of my way!
Priestess Guard is up next. The idea here is to get into a private chamber, and from there...
Hold up. Maybe you don't need it. Of course. Don't want this rabble interfering.
Use the options I've shown here to get to the point where she throws you into her jail.
It involves you putting your trust in the absolute. Simple. I guess we...
There we go, she puts us to sleep. We'll wake up in her prison.
Sweet.
And just the options to pick.
It's...
The idea here is don't try and escape, sorry. Preserve your strength, and that will trigger this cutscene.
Open your papers, freak. It's time. You should be sprouting tentacles by now. But you're still the same kind of ugly you always was. Disappointing not to have my own squiddy. But your giblets will make for a tasty...
Here it comes. And... Priestess got dead. No fighting from me whatsoever. So at this point we've gotten through the first boss with no fighting. And made it so that the entry to the camp is just a little bit easier to fight your way through later.
When you got yourself in this predicament,
because once you've killed all these bosses, the Goblin camp turns hostile.
Again soon, and have a chance to show your gratitude. meantime, try not to get yourself killed. I won't always be watching.
So what we got now is Minthara. So again, these are going to be the options that I chose just to get through her dialogue. Rather than making you sit through another 10 or 15 minutes of dialogue, we're just skipping right through it. And essentially the point here is that you're convincing her that you know where the Druid Grove is, and that you'll help her invade the Druid Grove. Here we go, triggers this, and what you want to do here is just shoot that pylon of the bridge once she's on top of it.
We won't let you down.
And she's dead. Boom. That's done. Now the next one is draw Ragslin. You're going to approach up to him. It's going to trigger this cutscene of him trying to resurrect a dead Illithid. And essentially what you want to do here is run through this cutscene, and you will get an option to... So yeah, we let it proceed.
Choke on black smoke as the hobgoblin
You get this
bellows his
cutscene. He
incantation.
raises the Illithid.
You corpse, speak.
You let the ceremony proceed, and he will actually raise the Illithid. Now, something not... Unless you play D&D, you may not know, when someone uses the Raise Dead spell, they get to ask 3 questions. 3 questions only, and then the spirit cannot be raised again.
Tentacles writhing.
So, what you're going to do is you're going to take control of Draw Ragslin using
The
your
question the
Illithid
creature
in your
might
brain,
recognize you as its killer.
and you're going to ask 3 questions that do not reveal to him who the killer was. Because you're worried that he might point out that it's you, and then he'll attack you. So we're going to roll for wisdom to dig into his mind and control his thoughts.
Ragslin's
And get him to ask questions again. 3 questions that just aren't related to who is that Illithid's killer.
With Ragslin's voice, you ask.
So there's a question. What are you doing in Faerun? Why were the Gith chasing your ship? And who killed you? And that will pretty much end that cutscene. Draw Ragslin will sit down in his chair, and what you can do is simply come over to him using your strongest character, who for me is Karlach. We'll get Karlach into position because she's a high strength character, and she's going to shove Draw Ragslin off into that chasm over there. She'll fail the first one, but this doesn't trigger a fight, which is good to know. So we're just going to shove him. Now shoving him will trigger combat with just the goblins and people in this area. Now that Draw Ragslin is dead, it's actually much easier to do. If you're going to go through with this combat, what you should do is destroy that wardroom up there. That will stop them calling in reinforcements and just keep the fight into this room here. And it's quite easy to do. So that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Hopefully you learned something new and you enjoyed this. Like I said earlier in the video, if you like what I'm doing, please leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. All those actions will let YouTube know that you like this content and to suggest it to other people. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.